Have you ever looked at a powerful leader, a boss, a politician, even a school principal, and thought, how did that person end up in charge? They seem reckless, arrogant, unqualified, and yet they hold the reins, while smarter, more capable people get ignored, sidelined, or silenced. What if I told you? This isn't just an accident. What if there's a centuries-old explanation, a brutal, clear-eyed theory from one of history's most controversial thinkers? This is Machiavelli's world. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. A foolish leader who offers simple answers, clear enemies, and big promises is often more attractive than a wise one who tells the truth, that things are complex, progress is slow, that life is uncertain. Machiavelli knew this too well. He warned that people judge based on outcomes, not intentions, and that it's often safer to appear virtuous than to actually be so. So when a leader says, "Only I can fix this," people listen not because it's true, but because it's comforting. Machiavelli, an exiled political advisor, wrote The Prince in 1513. Not as a fairy tale of good rulers, but as a survival manual for the ruthless. But the foolish often feel no such burden. They act with reckless confidence. And in chaotic systems, confidence often looks like leadership. Ironically, the very humility that makes someone wise can keep them out of power. And the arrogance that defines a fool can launch them to the top. In business, you'll find aggressive executives who climb by taking credit, deflecting blame, and making bold promises, while quieter, more capable colleagues stay in the background. We need leaders who are aware of how power works, how perception shapes reality, and how fear and flattery can distort the truth. We need people who can play the game without becoming consumed by it. In politics, you'll see flashy, oversimplified messages, overpowering thoughtful, nuanced debate. Stop rewarding boldness without results. Stop mistaking loudness for strength. Because every time we elevate the wrong people, we all pay the price. People vote not for policy, but for emotion, identity, and spectacle. And if you're someone who hesitates, who reflects before speaking, who questions everything, don't count yourself out. Is it because they're brave? Because they're lucky? Or because they understand something you don't? Machiavelli would say, they understand you. And if that doesn't disturb you, it should. Machiavelli would say, you already understand power better than most. You just need to learn how to use it. Even in social media, loud voices dominate. Rage wins clicks, and the most reckless voices often rise fastest. This isn't a glitch in the system. It is the system. Just as Machiavelli saw it 500 years ago. Machiavelli didn't celebrate this. He just described it and warned us to stop being surprised by it. One of its most jarring insights? That power doesn't go to the wisest or the kindest. It goes to those who understand how the game is played and the game. It rewards perception over substance, boldness over caution, illusion over intelligence. Let's break that down. Surround themselves with yes men, because they know. If people start asking real questions, the illusion falls apart. Machiavelli warned that fear can be useful, but only if it's balanced. Once a leader is hated, they're doomed. And foolish leaders, in their arrogance, often don't see the line until it's too late. And in chaotic systems, politics, war, even business movement is power. Machiavelli wrote that a prince should not hesitate in action, even if the action is morally gray. Why? Because fortune favors the bold. In today's terms, the aggressive self-promoter often rises faster than the quiet expert. First, Machiavelli believed that most people are not rational thinkers. They're driven by appearances. We don't follow leaders because they're correct. We follow them because they seem confident, decisive, and unshakable, even if they're deeply wrong. Think of it this way. If a highly intelligent person constantly questions themselves, speaks with nuance, and admits uncertainty, they'll be seen as unsure, even weak. Meanwhile, someone foolish, but loud, confident, and emotionally manipulative, appears strong. To Machiavelli, the winner isn't the one with better arguments, it's the one who can shape perception. Second, boldness beats brilliance. Foolish leaders often act quickly and aggressively. They don't overthink, they move. Third, most people don't want truth, they want certainty. And fourth, intelligent people hesitate. Foolish ones dominate. The smarter you are, the more aware you are of risk, responsibility, and consequences. So, how does this play out today? Look around. But here's the deeper danger. Foolish leaders often rely on fear, not competence. They silence dissent, punish critics. So, what do we do with this knowledge? Are we doomed to let the boldest fool always take the crown? Not necessarily. Machiavelli believed that understanding human nature, not idealizing it, is the first step toward better leadership. We don't need leaders who are perfect. Maybe most importantly, we need to stop confusing confidence with competence. The good news? We can choose differently. Not by waiting for perfect leaders, but by becoming more informed followers. So the next time you see someone foolish rising to power, ask yourself, if this made you rethink how power works, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who sees through the illusion.